What's good, peeps? Thanks as always for passing by the channel. Much appreciated. Hit that subscribe button if you guys are new. Don't forget as well, please, to like and share the vids. You can also support the channel as well. I do have a Patreon account. The link is in the description. All right, so Josh Taylor has dumped Cyclone Promotions and has joined Top Rank. This did surprise me when I read this a few days ago. For some reason, when I read it as well, I don't know why, but I thought it was like a sort of co-promotion. So yes, I knew he had joined Top Rank, but I thought it was in conjunction with Cyclone Promotions. I didn't know it was like a full split, and that he obviously had joined MTK Global as well. So did come as a bit of a shock. The first thing that came to mind when I read the story was good on him, if I'm honest with you. Good on him. I think fighters nowadays are getting a lot smarter and a lot wiser as to what their worth is. They are shopping around, and I think that's important. Fighters should do it. They're shopping around now. And if promoter A can pay you 3 million and you go and speak to promoter B and they can pay you 3.54 million, to me, it's a no fucking brainer. I'll be honest with you, it's a no brainer. I know a lot of people have spoken about loyalty, and I think Shane McGuigan tweeted something like, if you want loyalty, get a dog. And Cyclone Promotions have released a press statement saying obviously they bought him up obviously to become a unified champion, World Boxing Super Series champion, that they're disappointed, blah, 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 blah. I get all that. I really do. But again, this isn't football. This isn't basketball. This is a sport where you do go into the ring, and regardless of how good you are, you do get damaged. You do get damaged. You take trauma. You take punches. I mean, it's a brutal sport. If someone is going to pay you a bit more to do exactly the same fucking thing, I'm sorry. You've got to go to the highest bidder. You've got to go. They should all be like mercenaries for hire. You go to the highest fucking bidder to get in that ring. And I think that's what every boxer should do. Every boxer should shop around. This isn't like 20 years ago when there was one or two big players. There are a few big players in this boxing game now, and you should go and ask every single one of them, what can you pay me? What, and this is kind of sticking up for Cyclone Promotions now, what I think should happen, just because you've been with a promoter for so long, is that they should have kind of first refusal on a new contract. And what I mean by that is, say Josh Taylor does go to Top Rank, obviously he's there now, but say he was shopping around before he went there. So say he went to speak to Matchroom, Top Rank, whoever else out there, and they said, look, we're going to give you a 5-fight contract, $1 million guaranteed a fight. We're going to do this for your brand. You're going to do A, B, C, and D. Now, what should happen is that Cyclone should be able to match it. If Cyclone are able to match that offer, then he should be forced to stay with Cyclone. I think that's the only sort of where I think a loyalty aspect comes in. If they can match what another promoter's paying, then fine. I know that happens with mixed martial arts, where if you can match it, then you have to stay. If you can't match it, then that person's free to go. And the fact is, I do think that if Cyclone Promotions could have matched what Top Rank and MTK Global combined are offering, I think he would have stayed with Cyclone, because they are right. He has made them, so he has become a unified champion with them. He did win the World Boxing Super Series with them. So I think he would have stayed. But the fact is, he's getting paid good money with Top Rank. I guess what this does do as well, and this is no foregone conclusion, by the way, but I guess it does mean the undisputed fight could, or is closer now. Obviously, Ramirez is signed with Top Rank. He has the other 2 belts. So that fight should happen. And not just that fight, but potentially if it goes up to 147, and he will go up to 147, there could be the Terence Crawford fight. So there are other options out there. So you can see where he's looking at it from a money aspect, and also a career aspect, why it makes sense to join Top Rank. I am shocked that he didn't sign with Matchroom, if I'm honest with you. I name drop here. I spoke to Adam Smith at the Sky Studios. I saw him in the corridor, and we spoke about it very briefly. And he was shocked as well, just because Matchroom are trying to open up that Scottish market, and they don't really have anyone to do that. I mean, Ricky Burns is coming to the end. They have signed, is it Cash Farouk? Is that his name? A young boxer, but he's not going to open up that market like Josh Taylor could. So it is a surprise that he hasn't signed with Matchroom. I do wonder if these fights are going to be in America as well. A lot of the MTK Global top-ranked fighters are based in America now, or fighting in America. Obviously, look at Carl Frampton, you look at Tyson Fury, and there's others out there as well. So it's going to be interesting to see who he fights next and where he fights next. But again, when people talk about loyalty, it's the wrong sport. It really is the wrong sport when it comes to being loyal. If anything, your promoter should be more loyal and pay you what you're worth. The fact that you're shopping around suggests you're not happy with what your promoter is paying you right now. So yeah, I'm not. I can't stand when people talk to me about loyalty in boxing. The only person putting everything on the line is the fighter, and the fighter should be paid exactly what they're worth. And if Josh Taylor is getting out with Top Rank, then I'm more than happy for him. Peace.